Welcome back, guys, for episode 12 of the Old Guy Farmer's Single Player Challenge. We're ready for another fun day of mowing grass. Let's go ahead and jump on in. Yesterday was very successful. We managed to purchase 4 more greenhouses. So we are up to 8 greenhouses, all producing us idle money. Hello, everybody. Hello, Kaya. We are going to, also yesterday we were able to mow the small field that we start out here. I think it's field 15. So yeah, we went ahead and mowed field 15. We're going to need to fertilize that field now because what we learned, or what I learned with seasons, is that unlike the regular game, after you mow grass, you lose 1 level of fertilizer. With seasons, you lose 2. So this is now back to stage 1 fertilized. So we'll need to fertilize that before the next growth stage. So we were able to get 20 bales off of little old field 15. So that is boding very well for the next 2 fields that we're going to mow. We're going to tackle each field one at a time. So we're going to mow, rake, and bale each field individually. And we'll see where we are once we get these 2 fields done, as to if we think we can accomplish anything over at field 11. Or we may just decide to fertilize. That may be a good use of our time after we get these 2. I'm hoping we can get both of these fields mowed, raked, and baled today. Of course, only time will tell. How you doing, Farmer? Oops. So we have a very interesting day today. I just want to make note that today, right now, the temperature is 50 degrees on the last day of summer. I want to see if that goes up during the day. I was under the mindset that the forecast temperatures were ground temp and air temp, but it was brought up to me that it's possible that, and it's more likely that the temperatures are more high and lows as opposed to ground and air temperature. So I want to see if our air temperature actually goes up today. Right now it's at 50 degrees. So I'm going to try to keep an eye on that. If you all could be so kind as to remember that it's 50 degrees right now. Maybe keep an eye on it yourself. That would be awesome. Hey Sean, how you doing? So is Patrick asleep? Kaya? So for everybody that was in chat, Kaya is my daughter. She's currently up in Maryland with her grandparents. Alright, well, we need to get Patrick back to his regular schedule. fast. There's our Easter egg American flag. See if we can cut this field in half. We're going to turn in right here where the star pattern is. And see if we can't cut a fairly straight line down the middle. Or what is hopefully the middle. So we had a little challenge going on the previous stream as to how many bales we would get off of that small field. Field 15. I'd like to see if we can have a similar challenge going for this field. How many bales are we going to get off of this field? So if we got 20 off the other one, I'm going to shoot for 28. So 28's my guess. The only thing you win are bragging rights. It's going for 30. He was spot on last time. Farmer Oops says 32. I had heard that these tractors had quite the horn to them. They do, they've got an air horn. It's fabulous. Go in cab and do a little in-cab mowing. See, it's 52 degrees now, so our temperature is going up. Okay. So in the previous stream I was saying that I hope to have both of these fields mowed and baled by 3 p.m. So far it looks like we are well ahead of that schedule, but I don't want to get my hopes too far up, because I know that baling with these thick windrows really does take a while. In fact, I might employ a strategy here. Since on that small field our windrower was so effective, it basically got too far ahead of the baler and he gave up. So I'm wondering if it might be a better strategy to have a hired worker fertilize that field over there while we drive the windrower on this field, and then we'll drive the baler on this field. Of Of course, our hired worker will probably finish over there. And if he does, I'll probably hook him up to a mower and make him mow. I don't know. Do hired workers mow grass? Will he mow grass on a field that's on a regular field? If I can have a hired worker mow the grass over there while I finish baling this field, that'll be all fine and dandy. We don't need to smack mowers. All right. Made quick work of that field. Patrick says hi now. Tell him he needs to go to bed. The earlier he goes to bed, the earlier he can come home. We're going to keep this sprayer around just long enough to use up all of the free fertilizer that we got with it. And then it's going back to the store. All right. Well, good night, Kaya. See you tomorrow. Let's get our man rake. I was very happy when I discovered that this rake could be pulled by this tractor without any issue whatsoever. So what do y'all think of my color selection here? The dark red and the yellow. Tacky? Ugly? Absolutely beautiful? I go for the latter. But that's okay, you can have different views of opinion. And the reason we're not going ahead and mowing that field over there and then just windrowing them all and baling them all is that I've learned that Seasons is extremely aggressive with bale rot or with grass rot. And by the time we would get that field done mowed, and by the time we would get around to finally baling, we would have lost some amount of grass to grass rot already. So my goal is to try to minimize the amount of time between mowing and baling and wrapping so as to maximize the amount of grass that we have. Because on another map, I would mow, and then I immediately set the baler. It was a square baler, so I immediately set the baler off behind the mower, and then I immediately set a square bale wrapper off behind the baler. And by the time, you know, it wasn't too long that the wrapper was a fair bit behind the baler by maybe, you know, 10 or 15 minutes of game time. And in that time, the bale had lost volume from 4,000 liters down to like 3,995 or 3,990. And then there were some bales toward the very end of the field that were down as low as 300 or 3,800, or no, 3,985 liters. So we had lost not a lot, but when you want to be as efficient as possible, every little bit that you lose is a little bit of money that you lose. Drop that. Done already? Good. Are you spending money up there? Are you have you done went home? Some thick windrows. Alright, let's see if I can hire a helper to mow grass. I'm thinking I won't be able to. And I'm thinking I really won't be able to because of this mower having an offset. But we'll see. If he does mow, then that's just less that we have to, it's less time that we have to spend mowing. If he doesn't mow, then he doesn't mow. Let's see. Well, hot dog, it looks like he mows. I could always use courseplay and make him mow. That would work also. You stay there because we're going to spray this field. The volume is much better off of planted grass than Giant's grass, or what I call map grass. I don't know what the ratio is, if it's 3 to 1 or what, but if you plow the field and go 3 layers of fertilizer, it is far better than just picking up grass around the field or around the map. We've got a bale already. We went that far and we've already got a bale. Bye-bye, bale. We'll see you later. As you roll all the way to the bottom of the hill. Bottom of the hill. Right, we need to count. When we count our bales, we need to not count the first one that's still rolling, because we basically counted it toward the other field, because it was almost completely full. So I'm going to see how fast I can set the cruise control to basically be so about the time the bale is done wrapping, we are ready to eject our bale. I've heard the Krone Ultima baler requires some pretty big horsepower. Plus, it's pretty expensive. That's why we didn't go for it here. $61, so what was it? Was it 50 this morning? It's 6 o'clock. Was it 50 degrees? And now it's 60. He's booking it up there. Look at that. They just updated the manual attach mod. I don't know if that helps. I know there were some things that manual attach really didn't work very good for. I saw people have problems with that Great Plains seeder, the small in-game Great Plains seeder. I don't think it actually turns on. When you lower it, it just starts working. And I think there was some conflict that when you would lower the seeder to unhook it, it would basically say turn the seeder off. And it's like, well, I can't turn the seeder off and lower it at the same time. So it may be after 3 p.m. before we get both of these fields done. We're not getting very far before we have to stop. Jetty, are you saying 50 bales? What's the 50? Oh, it's 50 degrees, and now it's 63. So yeah, I guess that is low and high temp. Oh, what are you doing? Back up. It's like a whole bale. You can't be losing a whole bale. It'd be funny if that guy had the whole field mowed before we were done here. Isn't that an abnormal high summer? 64 degrees? Oh, no, I'm doing Fahrenheit. I'm not on Celsius. I think 64 Celsius you'd probably burn up. 64 for a summer temperature is like frozen. At least where I'm from. These are the coldest temperatures I've ever seen for a summer in the east coast of the U.S. Today it was at least 95. He's getting it over there. I wonder how fast is he going. I'll have to look at glance to see how fast he's mowing. Hey, Orange Mojo. $13 miles an hour he's mowing. It's a nice little clip. All those wonderful pink marshmallows. So when you talk about the weather add-on thing, are you talking about seasons? Or are you talking about something else? There goes the bale. They just eject and then they just roll away. Oh yeah, you can put in a custom XML file that basically has custom temperatures and also custom frequency of rain and other things. He's about done over there. See if we can squeeze one more bale out of this. Probably not with these little bits. All right, while we let him mow some more, we're gonna pick these bales up. That way we don't mix these bales with the ones we're about to mow out of the other field. Alright, so remember, whatever we get, we need a -1 because we had 1 in the chamber that we allocated to the first field. Oh look, this whole row actually stayed almost in line. All the others rolled away. That one almost tried to roll out the gate. Can't have that. The only pre-made weather one I've seen is one on ModHub. It was like for Eastern Germany. Have you seen others, and where have you seen them? Alright. See how many we got here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 29. So there's 28. Now technically, if we count the one that's in the chamber and the baler, there's 29. What did I say? I said 28. Ed said 20. Ed said 30. Farmer Oops said 32, I believe. Let's go over here and see how this guy's making out. Oh, you're done. Well, isn't that convenient? Alright, we're going to run down here. We're going to mow a little bit more off to the side. And I think this field is technically bigger than the other two. Yep, so this one should get us the most bales out of all of them. Well, it's going to be after 3 o'clock. So we're definitely not going to go start, we're definitely not going to go mow the other field. We don't want grass disappearing as a result of midnight. We're going to mow up this a little bit. We'll hire somebody to fertilize that field. He'll probably run out of fertilizer. And at that point we need to switch over to a solid spreader. I'll read that in a moment. Okay, Adam? All I see is it's a long message and it's asking about a map, so I'll read that in a few minutes. Looks like that tree's dancing, swaying in the wind. I've reviewed a lot of maps. I am trying to start a server. I am looking for a good 4X map, all with square fields, American, or in English, or a map with all huge square fields. Do you know any? So, 4X map with giant fields is Cherry Hills. Giant fields. That's where, like, smallest fields like 5 hectares. The average field size I think is closer to like 25 or 30. They're all fairly square. It's a Stevie's map, so it has a lot of extra production to it, so there's plenty to do for multiplayer beyond simple farming. Another 4X map. It's not necessarily English from the standpoint of it being based in America or England. It is English from the standpoint of things are not written in German, is Kleinhau. It's a wonderful, beautiful looking 4X map. The fields are fairly squarish. They're not all that big, but you could merge them. And there's like 100 and some fields on the map. And a ridiculous amount of forestry. So that's an option. I took a quick look at Parker's Prairie. I don't know if it's a 4X map or not. Like I said, I only took a very quick look at it to know if it's necessarily a 4X map. There's County Line, but I don't know if it's a 4X map or not, X map or not either. But those fields are definitely not square on County Line. Northwest Texas is the Texas map. It is a 4X map. It's got some pretty big fields. They're not necessarily super square, but they're not odd shaped either. They're square-ish. Man, we're gonna need to fuel you up. Alright, let's go over here and get in our rake. I did a map video. It's a fairly long video, but I did a video on the Big Bud. Basically what map would be good for the Big Bud. And a lot of those maps were 4X. So that might be something worth looking at. There was probably close to 10, well there were 10 maps on that. 10 maps were looked at during that video. And I'd probably say 6 of them were 4X maps. Get these trees out of here. There's another great demand. If you're watching, Adam, thanks for subbing. I just got a notice. So our fertilizer spreader is about out. we get it lined up right, we can get almost 5 swaths into one windrow. Alright, stop him. How much further can you get? We'll take you to the store later. Ed's thinking 40 might come out of this field. I think he's looking at the windrows and seeing how many we're going to get off of this. So the plan for the fertilizer, I've been kind of teasing it for a couple days now, is the Massey Ferguson pack has a solid fertilizer spreader that has a 2,000 liter capacity, has a pretty decent spread on it, and has a really low daily maintenance fee. So I know Mark was in here talking about the benefits of the weeder, but the weeder is so expensive per day compared to the fertilizer spreader that I'm really thinking that while the fertilizer spreader will cost fertilizer money, I'm thinking it will be cheaper in the long run than to pay 72 days worth of maintenance on a weeder. Or well, we're not at 72 anymore. Now we're at 60 days of maintenance on a weeder. So we'll bail this up, and then we will take our sprayer up to the shop. We'll take the flatbed trailer up to the shop and pick up a couple bags of fertilizer. And bring them back. We got 5 big windrows. Since we got the gate closed, we don't have to worry about the bales rolling through the fence. So before we start, I'll show you what I'm looking at. So we've got this one. He's $20 a day. That's insane. 700 liters, 12 meters. We've got this one, $70 a day. That's insane. 3,200 liters, 24 meters. We've got this one. It's 80. That's even worse. $80 a day, 4,000 liters, 24 meters. And then we got this little boy, $5 a day, 2,000 liters, 20 meters. He's mine. That's the one we're going to use. That is a mound of grass there. It's like a whole bale right there. Well, I can only bale as fast as this thing can bale. That's for sure. I mean, when you get that far, we got 4. Guess we've got 5. Six bales. Yeah, I see it's 742. But the grass, we might lose a layer of grass, so the windrow will thin a little bit, but it won't be like the other day where we lose the whole field. Because the other day we lost the whole field because we didn't get it raked, and the mower had it all laying flat, just one layer deep. But we've got at least 5 layers if we use 5 windrows to make one of these. So if we go from 5 layers to 4, we'll still make a fair bit of bales after midnight. But yes, it would be nice to get it all done. Here they all come. So who else have you been watching in the contest? Sean, have you been watching other people, or you just been focusing on my streams? Yeah, I've heard people talk about drive control and that feature. I just never got into drive control. I know some people talk about how they can't drive a tractor without it. I'm not really sure what the benefits of it are, other than the one that you just mentioned. Well, don't get in trouble at work, that's for sure, but there will be plenty of time to catch up. We've got at least 4 different strategies going. It'll be interesting to see which one is the most profitable. Yeah, they all seem to be having a tendency to collect that way. Thinking field 11 is going to take all day tomorrow. That's for sure. Well, if you were to do the challenge, Sean, what would your strategy be? Yeah, I see that. I see that fuel go down. Oh look, these bales are staying nice in a row. They're not rolling or anything. I guess it takes a lot of power to run the baler and the wrapper at the same time. While we're waiting for this, let's look. So our tractors are 156 horsepower. And our baler needs 140. So that's where the fuel usage is. It's real close to the max horsepower of the tractor to run the baler. There you go. Going down there with your buddies. It's 57 now. It's cooling off. And it may be that these Fords just use up a bunch of fuel anyway. I really haven't used them outside of this map to know if they are typical fuel hogs or not. There they go. Alright, last strip. Now we could upgrade these to the TW35. Well, I typically use square bales, BM tractor. But then again, I also don't have much choice as to where I want my grass fields to be, since these are the starting fields I got. Oh, we got 3 bales right down here in the way. Because with the challenge, if you're not familiar with the challenge BM tractor, we're challenged to play 3 years on seasons, 12 or 6-day seasons, 15 times speed, and at the end of 3 years, whoever has the most money wins. We all start with the 3 fields that you get on Goldcrest Valley. So my strategy is basically to bale silage bales and do forestry when we don't have silage bales to bale. So I don't plan on doing any regular crops. We've also purchased field 11, and it's in grass, and it's probably ready to. Well, I haven't been over there to see if it's ready. I'm assuming it's ready, but I have to go over there and verify actually. Right, I'm looking at the time, and I'm going to. We're going to end this before midnight, so we can fast forward. And then we'll fast forward, we'll see where our finances are, and then we'll save out and close the stream. And that will finish it for tonight for me. So let's save this before midnight. Let's go ahead and Alt in. We're early autumn, and we are now $889,000. So let's take a look. So we made $10,000 yesterday. We had $3,000 vehicle running costs. $777 in wages. $13,824 thanks to our greenhouses. Okay. So with that, guys, we're going to close out the stream. I will be back tomorrow. We will probably stream a bit earlier today in the day, and we'll try to get maybe a few more shows done. Thanks for watching, and encourage you to check out some of the other guys that are doing this challenge. See their streams. They're all listed in the description below. So until next time, happy farming.